Hey, it's Dr. Amanda with Straightsmile Solutions, straightsmilesolutions.com, and we had a great question come in to our Ask Dr. A community within YouTube, and you're welcome to ask questions as well within YouTube. And if I think it's a great question, and if I don't have content directly on it, I'll make you content. All right, so the question from our unidentified listener today is, my Vivara fits nicely on my bottom teeth, but on my top teeth, it feels like there is pressure on my top right front tooth. I don't understand why. Okay, I didn't show the whole dialogue that comes back. You can probably find this in my YouTube channel if you want to. Sorry, they cut off which video this was, but it was one of the retention ones. We actually have an entire retainer playlist. If you go to my YouTube channel, scroll down, it's somewhere on the homepage. It says retainers or retention. Can't find it, you're always welcome to shoot us an email, info@straightsmilesolutions.com, or go to www.straightsmilesolutions.com and send us a contact me message. You can just say, hey, can I get that retainer playlist? If you can't find it, I'm glad to send it to you, no problem. Okay, so what I said was, hey, did you ask your doctor? Because obviously my channel is meant for dentists wanting to learn ortho, but people jump on, they got questions. It's a great channel. So, and this consumer said, yeah, I'm gonna ask my dentist. And then we went back and forth a few more times. So this was clearly a really good dentist, just by the questions I asked, and you can go through there. But basically, my suggestion, if you want to learn more about the oopsies and gotchas in retainer delivery, I honestly feel like this is an opportunity, or not an opportunity, depending on how you look at it, to really grow your practice, to bring additional revenue streams in, as well as provide great patient management care. And I honestly feel like retention is the secret. Like, a lot of people focus on making good Clinchecks and making good treatment plans and stuff like that, but they forget about the most important third phase of ortho treatment, which is retention, right? So we got phase 1, phase 2, retention. So retention is it is the ortho that happens after the active ortho is done, but just because your active ortho is done doesn't mean you're done. It's the rest of your life. You are in some type of retention or aftercare phase. Now remember, this is a really important thing, and there is no as far as I know, states and countries, there's no policy on retention. There's no such thing. There's policy on treatment plans for ortho, but there's in dental boards, but there's no policy on retention. And I mean, I don't want the government, or stuff like that getting into my business in terms of how I want to treat patients. And I know I have a really good retention protocol, and I teach really good retention protocols to the doctors who follow me. But the vast majority of doctors out there have terrible retention protocols because, right, they don't look at it as an opportunity. And I'm not talking about an opportunity to make money. I'm saying an opportunity to make this the best ortho experience ever, so that the patient, doesn't get frustrated after the ortho's done, leave you a terrible review, and not send you referrals. Remember, if the patient, this is your walking, talking billboard for what you're capable of. If your outcome looks amazing and it stays amazing for 5, 10, 15, 20 years after, even 1 year after, people notice, hey, I remember you had ortho. I remember you had braces. I remember you had Invisalign. Wow, your teeth still look great. You have retainers? People talk about this. Teens definitely talk about this. Parents definitely talk about this. They will, at a park, at a swim meet, at a sporting event, at a soccer game, this is something that comes up regularly. I might be an orthodontist, but a lot of people don't know. And I hear teens talking about it. I heard it this whole weekend. I was at a sporting event all weekend. I heard plenty of parents talking about what type of retainer are they getting, how many retainers are they getting, how often you have to change your retainers, how often they're going to see you for retainer checks. This is all stuff that needs to be built into your plan. Now, personally, I think you should have a plan on the front end and make sure before you even do the start that the patients know what your aftercare program is. Because I guarantee you 99 out of 100, I would say dentists who are doing it, as probably doesn't have one. Most orthodontists have them. It's just that most dentists don't know more orthodontists give a major value by having an aftercare plan. So when they compare apples to oranges versus apples to apples, they're going to be like, I don't know, I'm going to go with this orthodontist because they have a better aftercare plan. They talk about warranties, they talk about this. No, you shouldn't be giving them free retreatments for the rest of their life. You will completely take your practice. You will devalue your practice when you go to sell. And this is what I want to get at, is that you guys are doing some dumb stuff. You're being either too generous, which is going to tank you later, or too stingy, and it's going to tank you later because people are going to leave you crappy reviews, down the line, and you're not going to have those internal referrals by your good work because you have a good aftercare plan. Anyways, I have so much content on this, so I don't think I need to reinvent the wheel. You guys can just go into my YouTube channel, but top suggestions are have a plan, have a written plan. Make sure you and the patient agree to the plan. Make sure you and the patient sign the plan. Or if the patient is under 18, the parents need to sign the plan and agree to the plan. And this includes what type of retainers will you be getting? How does it work if a retainer breaks? How does it work if teeth relapse? How does it work if you need more retainers? What is the plan for more retainers? You will need more retainers unless you just have a Holly. So you will need more retainers for life. What's included, what's not, what's the cost going to be, what's going to happen in 10, 20, 15, 30 years if you need retainers. Some people go with third-party companies. Personally, I don't recommend that. You can make your own. And the more you start outsourcing to third-party companies to take your revenue, the more you devalue your practice. But if you're too lazy to run a program, then okay, devalue your practice. Be my guest, but have a plan, right? So this is something I'd be glad to talk to you about. Of course, I offer each dentist a complimentary a la carte. Each dentist, no, I do not. A complimentary consulting session, not an a la carte session. You can go to my YouTube channel, go to the link there. You can go to my website, Straightsmile Solutions, go to my link tree. It's all there. You can go to contact me. This is not to go over cases, just talk about things. I offer like one a year. I mean, obviously, if you're calling me every week, that's a problem. I don't have time for that. But I'm super glad to connect with you here and there and, as needed. If you've got just general ortho questions or you don't understand what's in the YouTube channel or in the courses. But ultimately, the best way to learn is to do and to have someone to ask questions to directly. So I strongly recommend try an a la carte session if you've never done it or check out our courses. All right, thanks so much.